Hi, everybody. Good morning. Good to see y'all on here. We are going to be having Karen Singbile here with us. I'm so excited. She should be here in a little bit. Please let us know if you're here. I'm Lisa Martin, and welcome to my channel, Keto Kitchen by Lisa. Please let us know that you're in the room so that we can say hello to you. We have someone in the room already. Let me know if you can hear me. I think I've got the speaker off, I've got two people on. Awesome. Hey. We've got three people here. Awesome. We're so excited to have you. Please let us know you're here. I'm going to drop the link so that Karen can, Karen, this will be the link that you will come back on. Here's the backstage link, Karen. Hey, Stargazer, good to have you on here. Thank you so much for being here. We really glad that you're here. And if you don't mind, would you please click that like button and share it out on your social media for us? We would really appreciate it. Oh, Kristen's here. Hey, Kristen. Good to see you on here. If you don't mind, would you please press the like button and share it out on your social media? Hi, Keto Kitchen with Life Adventures in Keto. I'm sorry, Keto Kitchen. Life Adventures in Keto. Good to see you, Michelle, on here. If you don't mind, please smash that like button and share it out to your social media. And your package went out today, and it says you shall get it tomorrow, Michelle, for your winning. She won our giveaway for our 1600. We have a new one going on this week for 1700. So you'll definitely want to do that and be part of it. You won the 1600 giveaway, which was a meter to test your blood to see if you're in ketosis or not, and it's amazing. Nice to be here. I'm glad you're here, Kristen. So good to have you. How's your day going, Michelle? How's your day going? I know you're just getting back into town and getting your schedule back going. But good to have y'all on here. And Karen should be, she will be joining us in a few minutes. Hey, Raffet, good to see you. Yes, please, if you don't mind, would you please smash that like button for me, Raffet, and then also share it out on your social media. You're at almost 1,500. That is amazing. You are awesome. Share it on Facebook and community. Thank you so much, Michelle. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to opt in, exclamation point, opt in. We are in Portugal. It was a bit cloudy today, but nice being by the sea. Oh, I bet it's beautiful there. I've never been out of the country too much. I've been to Mexico and I've been to Canada. Those are the only two countries I think I've been to. Cleaning and listening. Hope to have something to release tomorrow. Awesome. We would love to have something new from you. That would be great. We would love it. I am around 600 hours away from being monetized. So yes, I'm working very hard. That's one of the reasons I'm doing quite a few lives, because it does help with your watch time. But yes, I'm really looking forward to 600 hours. I didn't think I could get there. I didn't think I could get there this quick. So I'm really excited. Actually, it's not quick, but it is for me because I was so far behind when I'm really encouraging people to get, start their, get watch time early. 600, so good. Who's it? 600. Oh, 600 hours. Yes, I am so excited. And hopefully I can knock it out, by the end of February. That's what I'm hoping. Maybe sooner. These are our rules. Please give this video a big thumbs up and share it on your social media. I mean, it's just the nice thing to do. Please, only one emoji per comment. Please, no cursing or bullying or slang, abbreviations, that kind of thing. Respect each other. Please, no links, and please type numbers instead of like saying them. So, oh goodness, I'll help today. Matter of fact, I'm going now to put on the smart TV. Thank you so much, Michelle. I'm so close. So, yes, I will be doing these live streams so that I can get closer to them. And I've been playing yours too. I'm going to be start playing yours again too, Michelle. But anyways, Raffit, yes, nomads.com showed you some love. So make sure you get to know each other. That's one of the things we're going to try to get Karen closer to her 1K bananas. Let's see what she's at. I would love to see her get close to her that. And she's at 872. So we're going to try to get her to closer to that. So if you haven't met Karen, she will be on here in just a little bit. So email and see if she okay, here she is. Okay. There she is. All right, let's see. We got you. Okay. Started ketogenic diet January 2nd, weighing 165 now at 154. You are rocking that, CJ's info. That is awesome. I the one on track so far. Just curious. I always stay under 25 pounds. Yes, that's what we do. And I've lost 110 pounds. I've been able to keep 100 of it off. Let me add Karen to the stream here. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, guys.
So I sent you an email. Did you just get it just a minute ago?
I got it. I got the link in the chat.
Okay. There's an email that will explain to make sure that you have YouTube turned off. You've got YouTube closed out.
Totally closed out?
Yes. You're only on StreamYard. Right.
Okay. Okay. So I've
that way we won't hear anything off of YouTube, and you won't be getting otherwise it will echo to you. You'll hear it twice.
Well, I wondered if I needed my headphones. I got them, and I'm like, I don't know, because I haven't been on this stream with you.
You will have so much fun. Yes, you are fine. Let me see here. I think I got a little bit behind. Let me see if I can get caught up here. Hey, Keto Marnie, good to see you on here. Good to see you on here, Trucker Life. But yes, we are on track. CJ's info would like to know anybody else that's on track with the keto. Good morning. I'm getting close to 200 bananas. That would be a great birthday gift. LOL. Oh, that would be. We would make sure that if you're not friends with Keto Marnie, we are trying to get Karen up to her 1K bananas today if we can. So she's at 872. And I think we can do it. If we share it out on our social media and get other people in here, we can definitely get her. I'm 32 and 5'5". Okay, wonderful.
Hi, guys.
You're young. You could actually be my son. Hey, Susan, the crew. Good to see you on here.
I love Susan, the crew. Hi, she's my friend from when I was back in Missouri seeing my dad. We became friends.
Wonderful. So then I must have got friends with her through you then. See, that's what's so amazing.
She does the weekly meal preps, which are awesome.
Okay, wonderful.
Keto. Yeah.
Really I also been posting it on my community tab. Thank you so much, CJ's info. I really appreciate it. You track your food and weight through my Fitness Pal. I use Carb Manager just because that's what I started with, and I keep it up. But I know there's others.
That's
but
what I
that's just the
I
one
use
that I
Carb Manager.
prefer.
Yeah, I like Carb Manager. I use that, and I do the macros in Carb Manager for my recipes on here.
Right. I quit doing the macros because I was having so many people saying that it was conflicting information because they were using the Fitness Pal or whatever. So I just quit. I thought, you know what? It really doesn't, they really can figure it for themselves. It's not a big deal. So that's why I stopped because a lot of people use different apps and they're all different.
And I agree.
I didn't realize that.
Somebody like ripped me on Reddit on one of the keto recipe ones. And then people came to my defense and said, in Fitness Pal, I guess if they're not putting in the correct for sugar alcohol, then the carbs seem a lot higher. And this person was really nasty, but a bunch of people jumped into my defense. And I said, I'd never put it out there intentionally and make it seem like it's like.
So I had them do it in a private email, so therefore I got no defense. Yeah. I thought, you know what? I don't have to do it. It doesn't matter to me. No. I know how to figure my carbs, and I know how to do it. So I had 2 or 3. If you get 2 or 3 people that email you, you kind of think, okay, I need to drop that and do something different. So I just said, well, thanks for letting me know, and thanks for noticing that I was wrong. And but I knew it was right, but whatever. Yeah. How many pounds of initial weight loss is water? And what am I curious because I heard the first amount is usually, the first week is usually, I think I lost about 8 pounds the first week. I think it was all water weight. I really didn't notice any weight loss on my body at all, other than it would be water. So that's me, but everybody's different.
Yeah. See, for me, I have the same 10 or 15 pounds, like being a 40-year chronic dieter. I have only ever, outside of when I was pregnant, I've only ever had that weight. So if you look at my videos on here, you'll see like the highs and the lows of my face bloat. And so it's hard for me because I've always been such an obsessive dieter that I don't know like what would have been the difference because I just went on diets year after year after year before this. So I'd say initially it was probably about 4 pounds, and that could have just been that cleaning. But I don't know about you, Lisa, but my God, I was so sick with the keto flu when I started.
Yes, I did too. It is a real deal. It is because I was like you. I had tried every diet. I had done everything. I have done nothing but ruin my body for the last several years. So I thought I was not eating sugar because I use Splenda. I thought I'm going to be fine because I'm not hooked on sugar. Wrong. Sugar is more addicting than cocaine.
Okay, that's what I say all the time. I'm like, okay, I didn't realize, but I had such a bad sugar addiction, like a heroin addict.
Yes.
I had done, like I said, I'm an 8-time Weight Watchers failure because that was always my diet that I went back to over and over. And I literally had no idea. I was like a junkie. I was, jonesing for the next hit, which it was sugar because everything I was eating was low carb, low fat. Like I literally hadn't touched fat. And I'm not just saying this, like literally like 35 years. Like I wouldn't think about
because we were told that fat makes you fat, but it doesn't.
Totally. And
it's not.
I'd be like every 2 hours needing some low fat sugar or low fat yogurt or oranges or whatever. I was Weight Watchers. But then when I got on keto and I started reading the labels and realized all the sucrose, fructose, everything I was eating, processed food, was just ladled with sugar. No wonder I could never get a grip on my weight. And for the first time ever, like I've been doing keto now since September of 18, I actually don't obsess about food all day long. Like I can do.
No, me neither, right? I was hooked on food.
Oh, I mean, I'm still like obsessed with food, but not, sometimes I'll forget about it, which is
Hey, Claude, good to see you on here. I want to make sure we say hi to everybody. Juanita, hello. Good to see you on here. Everybody's welcome. We love having y'all. Please check out Karen's channel if you haven't already. We're trying to get her to 1K bananas. So if you would share this out on your social media, that way we can get more people on here. She's at 872 and we want to get her to 1K today. So how is everybody doing on here? Let's just take a minute.
Oh,
we've got people from all over the world here. And
Nice.
did you share it out on your social media, Karen?
Can I do it? I did. I've still got it on my Instagram story, which I had like 700 people view that story, which is good.
Wonderful. Yeah, I did it yesterday and then I've done it today again, but I'm also going to put it on YouTube on the community tab. You don't have one, but you could do a short video on it.
Okay.
Asking people to join it. Yeah. We want to get you close to that 1K bananas today. That's one of the reasons we're doing this. And then the other reason is to learn more about you, because I love to meet people. And so if you have any questions, drop them out. Someone told me today to go out and celebrate and have a piece of cake for my birthday. My first thought when I saw that was that if I do that, I'll have evil pains in my legs. Right. Yeah, I mean, I had a piece of wedding cake. I started in August of 2018, and I decided I was going to have a piece of wedding cake at the wedding in December. And that's the last cheat day I had, December of 2018. Okay. Because I know that it will hurt my body. I know that then I'll start craving sugar again. So I just prefer that's just me. You do you and I do me. Yeah. That cupcake looked delicious, Michelle. Yes, Michelle had a cupcake at one of the coffee shops. She's been traveling and it looked really good. So Michelle, we're going to have to meet up in your area because I'm not that far from her. Her and I can meet up. We're like within an hour. So make sure that you go by and see Karen's channel.
So what I try to do most on my channel is baking. That's what I do because that's what keeps me happy on keto is like just being a chronic dieter, I always felt so deprived on diets with not being able to have sweet stuff and just to have like a full life and a full lifestyle, which to me includes desserts. So I just take everything and ketoize it. And that's what keeps me happy and satisfied that I know that I'm not depriving myself like I always was. And, you know, somebody just asked like, what would be my number one thing for a newbie? You know, I just digested as much information as possible on every possible site because there's so much information and everybody gives you different stuff. So it's like, that's what I did is I went and just tried to see what worked and then saw what worked for me because each of us is different in our own journey and what works for me is not going to work for you. Like me, I do intermittent fasting almost every single day. I do 16-8. And how I get through it is number one, I'm satisfied because of the fat I get, but also because I get my desserts. And that's what works for me, but it might not work for everybody else.
Okay, so CJ's got a question. Is there a point where my body's going to stop losing weight or am I going to keep losing weight?
Well, I guess that depends on how much do you have to lose? Because somebody like me, who when I started this, I really only had 10 pounds again, that same 10 pounds I gain and lose every year, you know, then yeah, I've maintained. But I mean, you guys, I can't tell you how much different, like I'm 56 years old. My stomach has never been so flat in my life. My arms, I'm just like the fact that it's still melting off of my body, but my weight's not really changing, but my body's still changing. So I guess it's how much weight do you have to lose and the notices you're going to notice. Like my face doesn't have that carb face anymore. Like I still have definition, which I never had before. And you look at me at like 145 pounds, my face was so bloated up like a chipmunk because that's like the carb bloat.
So we got somebody asking what your name of your channel is. Michelle, if you don't mind, could you drop her link down there? It won't let me, but if you could drop her link down there since you're, and Juanita, you're a mod too. Okay, thanks, Michelle. Michelle dropped it's Karen's Real One. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's her channel right there.
For keto. Because I have a real estate one where people that are buying in my area, but I just started that channel because I don't want to confuse my audience.
Right. Yeah, that's her channel. She has put me on there. So if you're interested in and I've got her on mine, but if you're interested in doing that, I know one time we did that here on this channel. We had done, everybody wanted to switch everybody. So just let her know and she'll be glad to add you and you can add her to yours. Okay. So CJ's info says you look great. Keep up the great work. That's wonderful. Just join Karen's boss. So that's good. You know, you can't say the word subscriber. If you say it, you can say it, you can't type it. If you type it, they put you in spam. So we say bus because it's backwards for some.
And if you have it on private, then I won't know unless you go into my comments and tell me, then I'll know, right?
You'll know what?
If they're one of my friends.
Oh, subscribers. Yeah, you have to make it private. I mean, you have to make it public, right?
But if you don't, which some people don't want to, that's no problem. Just go into my comments on a video and tell me, and then I'll know. And
you're welcome, CJ's info. Anybody that's got questions, we will be glad to answer them.
Absolutely.
Her and I both, I started in August of 18. She started in September of 18.
Yep.
So
now, I want to tell you a little bit more. So my husband, who doesn't think he's on keto, who literally only eats one meal a day, and I'm the only one that cooks in the house, says he's not on keto. And I'm like, okay, you're not on keto, but you're on keto, Bruce. Sorry, hate to tell you.
Right.
And every dessert I make, he goes, is this the funny stuff? And I go, you know, you say that, but it's all full fat and it tastes delicious. So, you know, he's lost like 42 pounds and he says he's going to stop when he gets to 200. So by the time he stops, he'll have lost 60 pounds.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's funny.
And I'm actually, I live in Canada, but I'm an American and my kids are dual citizens and all my family, my dad, my brother, and one of my sons lives in Missouri. So I went back a year ago.
You married a Canadian, is what you did?
But I got
I have a cousin that did that. She married a Canadian.
So my dad, I went back and my dad was one of these keto police when, you know, because my dad and I have been chronic dieters, like my dad's 80 and we've always been on like low fat, you know, high carb diets. And my dad was like the first one that ever did Atkins and lost a bunch of weight and stuff like that. So I went home to Missouri for American Thanksgiving a year ago. My dad's like, okay, what kind of crazy diet are you on now? Like, you look really good. And I'm like, okay, I told him about keto. And so he gets out the blood pressure monitor and he's like, oh, that's a really bad diet. Like, you know, people go around saying, I need to take your blood pressure. So he takes my blood pressure and it's like 112/75 or something. And he's like, oh, that's really good. And I'm like, yeah. My blood pressure was actually like 121/78 when I started keto and it went down. So my dad started doing it. So now fast forward a year later, I was in Missouri just, you know, for Thanksgiving. And my dad's lost 25 pounds and he's on a dirty keto because he does eat still like a little bit of whole wheat toast, but still his carb count is super low. And he's like, this isn't even a diet, Karen. Like his girlfriend makes him fat bombs. I make him, you know, good desserts. She knows how to make good desserts. And he doesn't feel like he's on a diet either. So his gout in his leg is gone. You know, you can see the differences. It's like, I'm not being endorsed or paid by anybody to say this. It's just a fact. That's why I'm saying it, because for the first time in my life, after 40 years of torturing myself, I'm not being tortured by a diet.
I will often heard if you diet, you will die of it. And it really makes sense. A diet, you will die of it. And I never looked at it like that, but you will. We've got some questions here, so let's go back here.
Okay.
CJ's info said I was referred to you as Mama Shalates. Is that sound familiar to you?
Okay, say that again.
Can you see the comments?
Yeah, now I can. I see where.
Okay, good. That's why I have you download the Streamyard, because then you can see the comments. He said he was referred to you by Mama Shalotes, or SCHULTZE, or was that somebody else?
Okay, it's in one of the comments up above.
Yeah, see it right here. I'll put it on the screen. You see it?
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Awesome.
Does that ring a bell to you?
I'd have to see their stuff. Like if they pop up in the chat, I'll see.
He was referred to you by Mama, not that that's your name. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, so make sure you opt in. You do explanation point opt in so that my robot will start taking, I just forgot to say this at the beginning. We'll start tracking all of your activity in here, and then the levels you have to level up in order to rank up. And if whoever's number one on February 1st will get a $20 Amazon gift card, and then the second place is a $10.
Nice.
So, okay, yes, thank you. What are the levels about? Just curious. That's what they're about. I have a robot that takes all of your, that keeps track of everything that you do in chat. Science News says, hello, everyone. Love you all. You are nice people. Let's spread love and care. World is empty place where we can see happiness, joy. Let's make happiness. Yes. Okay, great.
So Keto Marnie, I see you're asking, all my family lives in Kansas City. So half live on the Kansas side, Blue Springs. I went to high school at Raytown, but I lived in Lee Summit and Independence. I was born in Kansas City and then Independence. And then my brother and my son just moved. They all live in Kansas and Overland Park area. And then
okay, so you were raised in Missouri.
That's right.
And born in Missouri.
I was. And then
you married a man from Canada.
Yeah, I moved away from Missouri and went to Arizona. I moved away really early at like 17.
Let's start from scratch and say, okay, let's say where you're from. Where were you born?
Okay. I was born in Independence, Missouri.
Okay.
I moved to Arizona right out of high school in 1981. And Scottsdale is where I lived. And I went to school in Tempe at Arizona State. And then I met my husband down in Arizona. And then we lived in California. Then we went to Vancouver. Then we went to Calgary. We live in the Shuswap, and we've got 2 kids over on the island in Victoria. We also have a place there. So, yeah,
And so your kids were born?
My kids were born. Oh, so it's funny. My husband was born in Winnipeg, Manitoba, which is really straight up from Kansas City. I have 1 son born in San Diego, 1 son born in Vancouver, and 1 son born in Calgary.
And they have dual citizenships?
Yeah.
Where do they live? Do they all live in those areas?
1 lives in Missouri, Kansas, that area, my middle son. And the other 2 live on Vancouver Island, which is called Victoria, is the city they live in.
Okay.
Yeah. So
do you see what Keto Marnie is saying there?
Keto Marnie.
She is in Missouri,
Yeah. So she says she lives by St. Louis. So my aunt and my cousins all live down in St. Louis.
Okay, so see, that's great. Hey, Tennessee Keto Mama, good to see you on here. CJ's info. Make sure that you get around to all these different channels because there is a lot of keto here that will help you. I have over 400 recipes, videos that are recipes and hauls, my personal story. I'm getting quite a few places now contacting me to do unboxings and reviews, so I'm really excited. Yes. But anyways, CJ's info, make sure that you do that because it'll really help you out a lot. There's a lot of good people on here. And make sure that you check out Karen's channel. We're trying to get her to her 1K bananas today. So please share it out on your social media. She's at 877.
Nice.
So she's getting bigger, and that's wonderful. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. And in the meantime, we'll go ahead with,
So Lisa, you're in Tennessee.
I'm in Tennessee. I was born in Michigan, Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, I have relatives in Detroit as well.
And I have lived in Tennessee for over 20 years. My husband pastors churches here. Nice. And so this is home because my daughter was born here. She was raised here. She got married here. And now my grandson's here. So I will be here.
Okay.
But I do have 2 sisters in Michigan. And then I brought my mother, and I have a sister that lives here in Tennessee with me. So,
so what's your weather like there today?
Today it's 32 degrees. It's freezing. And my blood has gotten thin after 20 years, and I'm just not used to it. Everybody says, you're from the north. You should know I'm not used to it.
I mean, I've been in Canada since I was 32 years old now, and it's like, no, I'm never used to it.
No, what's the weather like there where you're at?
It's probably around 0 today, so it's warm because we get cold like only 2 weeks of the year, but we've got a ton of snow on the ground, and it stays for about another month because we live where I am in the interior of British Columbia. We have a true 4-season destination. So we have all 4 seasons, like real seasons. So like March, the birds are out. We have spring. It's so awesome.
Okay, so I went to high school with a girl that was from Canada, and her name is Carol Caron. Let's see, I'm looking her up right now. Because I know she lives in, she moved at my 8th grade. We were best friends. She moved my 8th grade, and I never knew what happened to her. And it was so dramatic for me. And then I found her on Facebook.
Really?
And she speaks French. Do you?
No.
If you're American speaking?
Yeah, no, when I met my husband, the same thing. It's like most Americans. My husband was like, "Are you from the planet USA?" Like, no, we don't all speak French.
Right. Okay. So I'm trying to see where she lives in, I'll never see her obviously in person. She's lived in St. Barthélemy, Quebec.
Oh, yeah.
That's where she currently lives.
Yeah, Quebec's a beautiful, beautiful province.
How far away is that from you?
Long ways. I'm like at the equivalent of California to that would be like above you, probably in Wisconsin, Michigan area, I think.
Okay.
That's for like the Great Lakes go down from Ontario into Michigan.
Right.
Yeah.
I actually went on my honeymoon 42 years ago. I actually went to Niagara Falls. Me and my husband did.
Well, I was actually in Niagara Falls 3 years ago now, is the last time I was there.
Yeah. How far is that from you?
It's at least a 5-hour flight.
Is it? Okay, that's kind of how it was in Michigan. It was like 6 hours, I think.
Yeah. Well, did I hear you say that you used to go across the border? Like you can go across to Windsor there, right?
Yes, we would go over there. But I haven't in many years because I don't really get there that much. And when I do, I'm usually there just a day or two and I'm coming back,
Yeah.
I take my mother there to my sisters and drop her off, then they bring her back. So I don't usually I haven't been to Canada in several years,
No, and I go down to Arizona still, and I go see my dad at least once a year in Missouri, and my son and spend time in Kansas and Missouri. So I'm in the States at least 2 to 3 times a year. And I wanted to ask you, is your husband on keto or is he like mine? He's like,
no, I'm the only one in my house that's on keto. He has to have cornbread and he's a Southern, born and bred, and he would never do without bread.
You can't
keto
stuff and make him think like Bruce that it's like, it's not keto.
He's too smart. He's too smart for me. I do take a lot of things to the dinners at church, and everybody says I could never do keto, and they eat it up.
Oh,
and they don't realize they're doing keto, but
even
there is,
like
it's hard with him.
I had about this much of mashed potatoes with my full fat keto gravy, which is what everybody ate. And my kids literally at Christmas ate the cauliflower mash before they ate all the mashed potatoes. Like
now, my daughter, if she comes to visit, she generally will eat some. Like I put my Thanksgiving meal on there, and it was all keto except for I did make dressing for them, the regular dressing, and but it was all keto, and they all ate it except and then I made biscuits for them. But it was all keto, and she ate like deviled eggs, the Southern green. Green beans. They all, I made a tray with olives and summer sausage and cheese. I made it so that and I made a pumpkin pie that was sugar free, and her husband both ate it up. They didn't know, so.
No, they have no idea. Like most people, because it's the full fat, it still tastes absolutely delicious, especially somebody like me who's been on low carb, no fat for 40 years. It's like, oh my gosh, my taste buds are like exploding daily. Like, where have you been all my life? And like I said, quite frankly, I'm mad that I cheated myself all these years of real cream, whipped cream, butter.
Right.
Like I cheated myself believing these food companies Because like,
Right.
even when we were just talking about the stuffing, people think if they get a gluten-free bread, well, if you read the amount of like sugar that's in gluten-free bread, stop eating that. It's not good for you. Like, we think, like, we see vegan, gluten-free, oh, this must be healthy. And I was watching
Well, even things that say sugar-free are not sugar-free. They still have sugar in them, a lot of them.
Or they make it so low in their how they do their description that
they don't have to disclose it.
Exactly. It's so deceptive what the food company done to us. Like, I'm just like, now the rue's up for me. It's like, no, I read every label, and
yes,
then
I do too. I read the ingredients.
Right? And I go down the aisles and I see this stuff and I think, oh no, like they're trying to still trick us, and I'm not buying into that anymore. Because even all the yogurts and things, for the most part, have so much sugar in them, and we don't realize, and we think they're good for us, and they're not. They're just ladled with sugar, fructose, sucrose, whatever, corn syrup, and that's to keep us all addicted and fat, is what I think. Is like, they think that we're like the corn and stuff that they put into all this mixed stuff. Like they said in the 1970s, that's when they got on board to start putting all this crap in our food. And
right?
they want us to believe it's more healthy for us. I mean, cereal, we might as well just give our kids donuts if we're giving them cereal in the morning. I mean, we just had no idea. I had no idea. And honestly, my kids, all three of them, have had weight problems. My one son went on 1 meal a day, lost 60 pounds. Now he's in really good shape again. I blame myself. We went through 3 jugs of milk, 4 liters every 3 days, and I was buying skim milk because I thought that the fat content, I mean, I contributed to it, and I feel horrible about it because I had no idea. My ignorance was because I believe these companies, like.
Well, and like my heart doctor told me, cardiologist told me back in December, he said the canned products, like your canned cleaning supplies, your canned spray butter and stuff, is killing our kids.
Oh.
He said it's killing their brains. He
Mhm.
said, and I believe it. And he said, and it's causing Alzheimer's.
It's the Bechamel, which is what it's called in Canada. It's a margarine, a low-fat margarine that I bought for years and years. This is what I raised.
Yes.
It's one chemical molecule. I've got a son that's a chemistry biology student. It's one chemical away from plastic.
Yes.
Okay.
And he said, show me a animal that can survive on milk and I'll start drinking it. He said there aren't any. He said because it's not meant, and he really sat down with me and took some time in December and really sat down with me about it. And he said I was doing everything right, other than the fact that I needed to add 2 cups of vegetables to my diet every day. And so I'm really counting. And he said the grass-fed butter, I didn't want to pay $4 for a stick of butter, but he said that is essential. And the grass-fed meat, which when I had my heart surgery, he told me to get deer meat. And he said, I know I'm not really supposed to say this, but deer meat is the best thing you can eat. And I started eating deer meat after I had my heart surgery.
Really?
And now I eat it all the time. And my son-in-law usually kills me 1 or 2 deer every year, and I love deer meat. I mean, and it's the best you can. He said they're eating off the fat of the land.
Yeah.
So he sat down with me about the brown eggs and explained to me all about the brown eggs and the white eggs and all this, and it really helped me a lot because we're not educated in this at all.
Oh, we're not at all. And here's what I told my dad.
And they don't want us to be because it costs them money.
Exactly. And my dad's telling me, he comes to Canada once a year. And he's telling me about this Costco chicken and meat. And he's like describing this. This is years ago now. And I said, Dad, if it's as big as your head, it's because it's, filled with steroids, hormones,
yes.
junk. I said, a real chicken. I said, when you come to Canada, I'm going to get from the butcher real chicken. And you're going to realize that you haven't had real chicken in years. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, he always thinks I'm off on some tangent, which I am. And he tasted it and he said, oh my God, this is like when we were at Aunt Tot and Aunt Mace's farm. They used to have a farm in Springfield, Missouri that we'd go quail hunting. And he said, now I know what you mean. I haven't had real chicken in years. I said, yes. So now he knows to only buy organic.
Right.
Said free range. I said, Dad, if you buy eggs that are those bright yellow, you are eating a chicken that has been in a factory that has been from laid to raised in 17 days. They can't even hold their weight of their own selves. It's so abusive. And they're those bright yellow. If a real chicken egg is orange, you guys, it's not yellow. If it's yellow, it's of the
orange,
manufactured crap eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So now he knows the difference, that a chicken should not be bigger than, a chicken breast than your palm or your hand. That means it's filled with.
Yeah, he said you are what you eat. And if you're eating steroids through meat, it's going in your body. He said that's why when you go to the schools, a 13-year-old looks a lot different than when we went to school.
This is me. I have 3 of these boys. My kids are 22, 23, 24. Now they're going to be 24, 23, 24, 25. My kids are jumbo size. They're supersized from Bruce and I's size in height and everything. And I'm like, that's because I fed them steroid hormone milk and chicken and meat their whole lives. Like,
because we didn't know.
We had no idea. And I just think, oh my God, we have to go out, as we have a duty to go out and say, they've lied to us, you guys. We've bought on price, and yet we sacrificed our health because of it. What we need to do is understand that if we're eating real foods, whole foods, we will eat less, we will be full up, and it's not going to cost us more money, because we're going to not eat and be like a bunch of junkies out there needing to keep shoving this processed food into us. So I saw a podcast the other day that I thought I have to tell Lisa when I'm on here. And he said, the 3 F's are field, farm, and forest. And that's where our food should come from. Real foods come from those 3 groups.
Yeah, and he even explained like fish should be wild caught. And I would have thought wild caught was not what you wanted. No, that he said because if not, you're doing the same thing with fish. They're feeding them all these extras to pump them up. And I had I didn't know. It was just, and I've been on it since August of 18, and I still didn't know all that about all that,
And so we said the F we don't want is factory.
Right.
Factory's the bad F. And the other 3 F's, when we're thinking of food and real food and what we need to eat and what we need to feed our children, are those things. Sorry.
Right. Let me get caught up here. We're a little bit behind. I went to the doctor a couple weeks ago and got blood work done. Last year, my cholesterol was 300. Now it's under 200. Great, Marnie. That is wonderful. Then we've got some other things here. Yeah, Michelle, our husbands refuse to do keto. There's just too much Southern, I think. Let's see. Thankfully, my husband and I are keto, Suze and Cruz says.
Oh, totally. She has you guys, if you don't subscribe to her, you should, because she does every Sunday she releases her video. She does the full week of what she's cooked for meal prep. And she had the most awesome things for like the Super Bowl party, and queso dip and wieners. And she does just really good stuff. And she gives me really good ideas for stuff like, oh, I'm going to try to make that. And she'll give you whose recipe she's doing. And it's really good. So if you don't subscribe.
Frugal Farmer says, I raise my own pork and poultry. So you know you got in it. That's wonderful. Also, a chicken isn't a vegetarian. Please don't buy those that are marketed that way. That's true.
Oh, totally.
Here's Karen's channel.
They just lie and lie and lie. And like, this is what my dad even says, like, we think we're trying to do good. We're trying to do the best, but it's like, there's so much conflicting stuff, because these food companies are like the tobacco companies. They want to keep us addicted. They need us to be patronizing them. And so, we buy into it because we don't know, and we have to try to decipher through the information and see, what's real and what's not. And I don't care what people say, the keto police, about, you're not doing, clean keto or real keto. I don't care. Like, do whatever keto works for you. If it's just getting rid of the processed foods and the sugar consumption that you have no idea that you're, taking in sriracha, ketchup, like every single thing we eat has ladled with sugar.
Because that's a preservative. That's how they preserve it for a month.
And the bad oil.
So you can use it for a year.
Exactly. The bad oils that we have no idea, that are just ladled in everything. And it's like, oh, well, I didn't realize that was bad. It's like, yeah, it's bad. We don't know. We'll try to do better when we know better, but it's like there's so much conflicting stuff out there for us.
Right. Michelle just dropped Karen's link again. So there's her link. We're trying to get her to 1K bananas. So if you can share it with your social media, she's at 877. So that's great. We have a lot of good channels on here today. Make sure you make friends with each other. It's a great thing to do also. So how long have you and your husband been married?
We have been married 26 years. We'll be 27 in September.
Wonderful. Okay. Yeah.
Long time. 93 we got married in.
Yeah, we've been married 41 years. We've been married 42 years. I got married 10 days after I turned 18, so I really don't know any different.
No.
And then we were married 20 years with no children, and my daughter came along, and we thought we weren't going to have any, and God surprised us. So we were like Abraham and Sarah, raising her old, and we enjoyed it. And then she got married last December, and then this December she brought us a grandson. So we have been a long time. And we dated 8 months to the day, and everybody said it would never work.
Oh, I know. What do you mean? I met him 3 weeks later. I had the wedding ring, and 4.5 months later we were married. And I had my cousins, people are like, you don't even know this guy. And it's like, hi, we're 26 years. When you know, like, and if it didn't work out and we got divorced, oh, well, that's still none of your business either.
Right.
Like,
so, you just learn to, you just learn to, ignore it. And I was 18, he was 23. And so he was done with his 4-year degree, Bible degree. And then he was getting his master's degree in family counseling. Right. And then he went on to get his doctorate degree in theology. So he has gone to college almost our whole married life.
Nice.
But it took forever, but you know what? That's what he wanted. And so, here we are. And now we have a son, and I got to spend all day with him yesterday. So I was so excited.
Oh, that's awesome.
I want to have him a birthday party Friday. He'll be a month old, but my daughter says no, not to have a birthday party for a month old.
Yeah. I think if it's your first grandchild,
he's so precious. And I heard people say, you just can't wait till you be a grandma, to be a nana. And I said, oh, okay, I'm going to love him more than I love my daughter, which I don't love him more than my daughter, but I see it's a different love.
Right? You just don't know.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just like, oh, I can't wait till we have one. I cannot wait.
It's exciting. So that's where I'm at right now.
So exciting.
Yes. Okay. So, Michelle said she can't wait to be a granny. I didn't decide to have my babies until late 30s either. Okay. Well, we wanted to have them when you were young. It just didn't happen. So
I was 29 or 30 when I got married. So yeah, all my kids were born right away because they're only 14 and a half and 15 months apart. So they were.
So you had triplets almost.
Pretty much. Boom, boom, boom. And I started selling real estate after my second one, like before I was pregnant with Shane. So they've only ever grown up in the real estate world. That's all these kids know. So
yeah. Yeah, my daughter, she was raised up into it until we moved here, and then she was like 6 years old. And I didn't keep my real estate license in Tennessee because I really didn't think I could make money in I live in a county of 25,000 people. And I really didn't think I could make enough money to,
I'm way
you know,
smaller than that.
yeah. And so I didn't keep my real estate license. I decided I have a degree in teaching. So I decided to be a substitute teacher, and that's what I did so I could be with my daughter. And that way I was always with her. And it worked. And I was off all the holidays. She was off. And then when she graduated, I started sitting with elderly, and I really, really love that.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm in between jobs now. So Michelle said she keeps bugging her boys. Juanita says I can have an unbirthday. Yeah, when he gets older, she's afraid he won't know anything. You know, he's only a month old. So, and she's probably right.
Yeah, he's not going to know much.
No, and so, but we're going to take him to Disney World this summer with her and her husband, so that'll be fun. Yeah, my husband has a preachers conference that happens to be in Orlando, Florida, and so we're going there anyways. And don't forget to opt in while you're here so the robot can keep track of what you're doing in here, and you can get credit for the time that you spend in here as well as all the interaction that you do so that we can. Okay, so you started real estate. What made you start into real estate?
You know, I needed a job that was flexible, that I can do evenings and weekends because, you know, we had the kids and we were in Calgary at that time. So I just needed something that Bruce was, you know, at work during the day and that I could do when he could come home and watch the kids.
Right.
And my family's been in the car business for like 65 years in Missouri. So I grew up in sales. And even though my mom was a learning disability teacher, my dad was sales. And it just was natural. My mother, my sister-in-law's mom was a realtor, and I saw her. We went to a Chiefs game and she was on the phone, and I thought, you know, I could be Judy. And so about a year after that, I got my real estate license. And so 24 years now I've been.
And you started out with Remax, or?
I started out with a company called Sutton Group in Calgary, and then they did a name change like 3 years later, and I went to Remax that day, drove down there, signed up, and I was with Remax. I actually owned 3 Remax offices here in the interior, and then I sold them all. And then when you don't know this, Lisa, but I went on a reality TV show called Big Brother Canada, and then when I came back out of the house, I came back to this area, and I'm actually with Royal LePage right now. So I'm in this little town, and I'm the only Royal LePage agent. The guy opened up a franchise here, like one town over. So that's where I'm at right now. So the majority of my career, I was with Remax, but.
Okay, so now you're not.
I'm with Royal LePage.
Okay, gotcha. And I was with Century 21. And then I did join Remax, where you pay the rental fee for the office.
Yeah. Well, real estate's changing quite a bit right now. Like in general, I don't know what's going to happen. They keep saying like disruptors, but I don't see any difference. Like it's still, you got to talk to people. You got to do your job. You know, you do a good job for people, then you're going to stay in business. And
I still think people like to deal with an actual person and not online.
100%. Like 100%. They have to.
Yeah.
How do they write the contracts? I mean, yeah, we can do things online with e-signature, but who shows them the property? They rely on my advice so much. Just like when I'm doing keto, I'm relying on people that know, but outside of like Dr. Fung and Dr. Berg, I like them. And the Diet Doctor website, I like them. Those are the things I went to. But outside of that, I hear so much conflicting stuff that I always tell people what works for you. Like, do you?
You have to kind of, it does, like some people say, well, you can't have that if you're on keto, but I know I can because I've done it for a year and a half, you know.
Exactly.
But it has to work for you. And what I would do is I would do taste tests and I would try it. And if I gained or I fluctuated, then I wouldn't do it anymore. But the things that I have added now, I've added it long enough where I know it's not going to cause me to gain my weight back, you know.
Absolutely.
So that's what you have to do, is see where your body is. And the same with the carbs. When I got to the point where I didn't want to lose anymore, I had to keep increasing my carbs, because there's really nothing that says this is what you can have so you don't gain weight. So I just kept increasing them, and I use my carbs like I do my money. I'm not going to waste my carbs unless it's something I want bad. And so if I do, then I use my carbs and I'm fine. But I do stay away from, I do not use sugar, because I don't want to go through that again.
Exactly. And me neither. And
I'm in the process of looking for a house. The stress. Yes, it's very stressful.
Oh, very stressful. The brain fog, like I didn't even realize this, how lethargic and tired I was every day, and the brain fog that I had because of the processed foods and the sugar that were in my system. And now, since I've been on keto, like here's how I started. Like I said, being a 40-year chronic dieter, like always try any new diet that came out. Like you guys name a diet, Karen Singbeal has been on it. And I had put on my Instagram story, keto starts today and 30 days. And if you go look, that was probably 71 weeks ago. So my intention was to do keto for 30 days. That's all I was committing to, because I've been on every diet under the sun. I didn't think that this one would be any different, quite frankly. I'd lose the same 10 pounds I've lost forever. And yet all of a sudden I had energy I've never had. I feel like I'm 35 years old. I don't have brain fog anymore. I used to get up out of bed and feel like creaky in my bones. That all went away. So it was like keto sold me on it itself by the benefits that I saw and what happened to me physically, meaning my gut, my fat, my brain. Like I would literally like windshield wipers in my head for 2 hours, like getting going in the morning, and that is gone. And
yeah, I never had that part, but now I do feel the difference in my bones and in my muscles. I do feel better, like I have more energy, but I never had brain fog.
Oh God, that was my worst thing.
And a lot of people say that that does help their brain fog. And I know like the magic pill is the one that really made me, I started out just to lose weight for my daughter's wedding in December. Now, why I waited till August to do it when she was getting married in December, I have no idea, but I just didn't want to wear a size 22 to her wedding. I didn't want to be 262 pounds. I felt terrible. I looked terrible. So that's why I did it as a short term. And then I ended up realizing this is a lifestyle.
Well, see, that's me. I mean, I had no intention. I mean, 30 days, I was, going to see what the results were. I know from being a chronic dieter, I was going to lose the same 10 pounds, 15 pounds I've gained and lost for 40 years. It was not, and then I was going to gain it all back. And then I was going to be looking for the next diet. I mean,
that's me. I have tried it all. I did the Nutrisystem. I went and got that big box from Walmart that had all, I thought, now I can't go wrong here. It's got my food. And and as I say in my videos, I am serving size challenge. And so therefore that's why I was overweight. But they would give you these little meals like this, and this was supposed to be your whole meal. And oh no, I can't live on that.
Totally. And the restriction for the rest of my life. I mean, Nutrisystem, Jenny Craig. I was on Richard Simmons. I said, oh my God, that was one of Bruce's favorites because we got a cheesecake. And it's like, I can have cheesecake all the time on keto. And it's full fat cheesecake. It's not low fat. And, the Beverly Hills diet, all fruit diet, Atkins, Weight Watchers 8-time failure, like ones that I made up, that one where you drank the maple syrup, the lemon and the cayenne pepper. It's like, what? I mean, there isn't a diet I have not been on. Like there's diets in the future they haven't invented that Karen in the future would have been on had I not found keto.
Yeah, that's me. But my problem is too, I am a preacher's wife and I can't go to people's home and say, well, I can't eat. I'm on a diet. I have to have something that I can, or I can't go to a potluck and say, well, I can't eat because there's nothing on there. Where if I wasn't on the keto, there's many times I would go to a potluck or someone's home and I wouldn't be able to eat. But there's always green beans in the South. There's always deviled eggs in the South. There's always meat. So I'm good. I can handle it. I just don't eat the bread and the noodles and the other stuff. But the Southern green beans that I've always loved that were fattening, I love making those. I love deviled eggs. I love fried eggs. I love bacon. I love,
Oh
you can
yeah.
have all that.
And I was eating that nitrate turkey bacon forever. And now that I can eat real bacon and real sausage and full fat, I'm just like, oh, I missed out on so much.
Much. Yes.
And
And at one time I was on a fat-free diet where you only ate like 5 grams of fat a day, and my hair was falling out. My nails were, breaking off, and it was because of you have to have so much fat. Yes, I was losing weight, but I was also losing my hair
like
and other things that I need that are essential. So fat, and when they take the fat out, they add sugar, and I was getting way too much sugar, obviously, and not enough fat because you do need fat.
Oh, that's me. And I mean, I wouldn't eat fat to save my life. Like anybody that knows me knows I would not eat fat. I mean, that was the devil to me. It was like anything with fat in it was the devil food. And it's like, oh my God. And I've done this to my kids. I've done this. And then, Bruce, of course, I've always cooked all the meals. The food is so flavorful with full fat.
Yes.
I said to him, like, we've missed out on this bland, non-flavorful food because there was no fat in it. Now, I put coconut oil, butter, olive oil, tallow, ghee.
But I thought, what was I eating, when I wasn't adding when I was taking that stuff out, and I was eating margarine like I was getting paid to do it, and that's nothing but plastic. They've proven that in studies that that's plastic.
I was eating buckets of plastic.
Yes. And now I eat butter, and now I've even gone to the grass-fed butter, and I can tell a big difference in the taste in that.
Oh, yeah.
So please check out Karen's channel. This is her channel. I don't know if you can all see it or not, but check out her channel. She has 877 subscribers. We're trying to get her to 1K today. So if you would share this on your social media, we would appreciate it. If you have any questions for Karen, please drop them in the comments below, because I know I've got her talking. So and then Michelle just dropped her link down there so that you can check out her channel. But what made you start your YouTube channel?
So, well, if you look how long I've had it, I had it since 2010. So when I originally started it, I would just put things about the Shuswap, which is the area that I live in, just the benefits of living in the Shuswap. And then I would put a little bit of real estate stuff. And then I used to have a St. Bernard, and Buttercup was our St. Bernard. And she actually has a viral video when she tries to get in my lap and she knocks me over. And yeah. And so it was just stuff like that for me. And then if you go back in my old stuff, you'll see the old baking stuff. Like I never liked to cook, but I've always loved to bake since I was a little girl. And my mom never baked anything. My mom was not a baker. My mom cooked, but she didn't bake. So I was just a self-taught baker. My grandma baked, but not a lot. My family just wasn't. And I just always used to go to the neighbors and make chocolate chip cookies, and I just loved it. So I put on some videos like Loft House cookies, or like my grandma Maxine's cake, and I made homemade almond milk and just things like that. And it was just kind of a novelty of why I wanted to do it. So, no other reason really than that. And now I'm on YouTube has become such a large platform for like getting information that I would just rather watch a video and see how people do stuff than to read about it, is, more so. So that's why I'm
okay. We have a question here from Michelle at Life Adventures in Keto. What is your #1 keto must-have?
Meaning for like food, or what I would like to do, like bulletproof coffee. I love bulletproof coffee. My keto #1, and Metamucil for sure, the fiber supplement, those things. I'd say getting me to a place where I'm not obsessed about food, like being able to do intermittent fasting, like that. I'm down to like, I haven't eaten anything so far today. I don't really know.
What time is it there?
It's 10:04.
Okay, so you're 2 hours behind.
I've been up since 5 my time.
Okay. So it's 12 here.
Okay, so I haven't had any food yet, and I haven't had anything except MCT oil in one of my coffees, and a tiny little bit of real whipping cream is what I put in stevia. That's all I've had. Being able to not be obsessed about food and because I literally would have to have 2 snacks and 3 meals, and I was thinking about food, and like right now I'm not even hungry. That to me is a huge benefit. So when people say, it's really expensive, which I believed it was really expensive as well myself, but it's not expensive if you're not eating 5 meals. It's only expensive if you're eating 2 snacks and 3 meals a day. If you're buying just the best organic stuff you can buy and you're on keto, you don't need the amounts that you used to. That was probably the hardest thing for me to get my head around at first, trying to figure out keto. So
right.
Those are probably my top 3 benefits of finding keto is, and having to have the bulletproof coffee, being able to do intermittent fasting, and
Okay, so what's your number one keto must-have, would you say?
For food?
For food, yeah.
Eating real whole avocados. Because
I'm scared to death of them. I cannot get myself to eat one.
Okay, those are those people that made me believe that they were the devil food because they had so much fat in them. Literally, oh my gosh, I will eat a half an avocado and that's all I have to eat. And I've died and gone to heaven now.
And I'm scared to death of them.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't like the way they look and the consistency. And I buy them, and every time I do, they go bad before I try them. And everybody that tries them says how amazing they are.
You can buy a chopped up frozen ones and just thaw out a little bit. You don't have to buy the whole ones. There's ones that you can buy frozen that are just avocados that I have in my freezer right now, besides the real ones that I have on my counter. And pepperoni sticks. Oh my God, I love pepperoni sticks.
Yeah, I do too. And I make my own beef jerky because there's so much sugar in it that I buy I make my own.
Yeah, you got to watch that for sure. And
let's see. I'm getting whole avocado. Someone says whole avocado.
Yes.
We save so much now because we don't eat out like crazy. Yeah, it's the same with us, Susan Crew. Yes, we don't eat out as much.
Nope.
You eat less food.
Totally.
Now, at first, it is a big change because you've got to get rid of everything, and you're used to buying food for hardly nothing because it's trash. It's actually garbage. But once you get it cleaned up, I couldn't afford to go throw everything away and start over. Like some people can. I couldn't.
I know.
So I had to use up what I had and eat what I could. I put everything into that carb manager to find out what I could have out of my refrigerator so that in my pantry so that I could use it up. And then I started adding new things. Well, I live in such a small area that a lot of things are not available. Like almond flour just became available. Okay. So and I couldn't afford it anyway. So I got the coconut flour from Amazon because it was cheaper and I didn't know that you were supposed to use less of it. Yeah. I was using the same amount and it worked out fine.
Yeah.
But I told people that say you have to do that, you don't have to, because I didn't know any better and I did it and it was fine. But I just added on new things all the time and I would just make an order out to Amazon and add new things, And
I tell people you have relatives in the town or you have friends or whatever, say, I'm on this, I can't use this, do you want these bags of flour or whatever? Like you can't go take things like that to, the resource center or somewhere like the food bank if it's open stuff, but you could definitely donate it to your family and friends. I would say the worst thing, like when I watch some of those shows and they're throwing all the stuff away, like you'd think I grew up in the Depression because I do not waste anything.
No, I can't stand to throw food away.
Oh, me. I have 3 leftovers in the fridge right now, but because Bruce and I eat so much less, we don't, I mean, just the portion control, you have to cut back so much. I mean, your stomach shrinks.
Yes, you
Yeah.
don't eat as much. And like me, I don't eat. I stop eating at 7 o'clock at night, and I don't eat till 10 o'clock in the morning. So I really only eat lunch and supper, and sometimes I just eat supper.
See, and I don't eat, what I'll have is I won't even eat a full lunch. I will
No, me, yeah.
have a snack lunch, and then I'll just have a full proper dinner, what Bruce and I do. And that's not because I feel like I'm dieting because I'm on keto. It's because of what happened to my body, because my system for the first time feels satisfied, that I don't feel like I'm obsessed about food, even though I'm obsessed about baked goods always.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't need it the way that I did. And I don't feel like I am just constantly thinking about food. I forget to eat. I literally some days will go and it'll be 3 o'clock and I'll feel hungry and I'll think, did I eat anything today? I mean, that is the furthest thing from who I was pre-keto. I was food obsessed, carb loaded, sugar addicted, psycho when it came.
Yeah.
I mean,
And see, and that's how I feel too. I've learned so much. Now, Kristen says whole avocado.
me, whole avocado.
Yes. Okay. She's saying yes, Kristen. It's amazing how keto makes you forget about being hungry. I rarely think about it like I did before. I used to think about my next meal while I was eating it.
Me too.
But now I don't. But now sometimes I do. Like yesterday, it was real cold, and so I got me the stuff to make that Big Mac soup. If you haven't tried that, it is amazing. I love it. And I also make a Big Mac salad that tastes just like a Big Mac.
Really?
The soup, and it was so cold yesterday that I thought I'm going to get the stuff and make that in the crock pot. So I do still have cravings for things.
Oh,
but it's the right things. I'm not craving the stuff that I used to want to crave. I
and
crave things that I can have.
and the portions, I will
Yeah, and the portion sizes come way down.
I'd take a big portion. But here's my best advice from starting at keto when I did is don't get so consumed in the beginning stage if you're new to keto with the macros, with the keto police, with the counting. Just try to eliminate all the processed foods and the sugars and get the mentality around real fat, and fat is your friend. Fat's going to make you thin. And think of,
and it's so different from what we've been taught.
The vegetable, but the protein, like you don't need as much protein either. So, you need to get your head around that fat is the majority food group, then the protein, then carbs is the lowest. It's a complete reverse from everything that we've known. And don't get so caught up in it, because I honestly, to this day, you guys, I don't count, like, even though I know what has carbs in it and stuff. And Bruce has never counted one thing, and my dad doesn't. So it can work for you without being a counter if you don't want it to be.
Like me, I have to be a counter because I want to know what I'm putting in my body. And when I don't count it, I eat twice as much because I don't. I can't. If it's not written down, that it hasn't been eaten, according to me.
By the time on Weight Watchers, I was only allowed 20 points, if you know what that is. By the time lunch was over and my second snack before dinner, I could only have like a bare chicken breast and vegetables because I was out of points. And
right.
I still knew I'd had to have a snack. So I just can't be that restrictive in my life. I can't do it anymore. I'm too old. I've done dieting too long. This works for me. I've never felt better. I've never felt healthier. And I've never in my life not felt deprived like I don't feel like now. And so whatever works for you, do that. But don't let the keto police tell you what works or what doesn't work for you, or that's not keto, or, just do.
Okay. I see that Letitia says to add avocado in a collagen drink with almond milk, and you'll get the benefits of it, but not taste it. Maybe that's where I need to start.
That's good.
And then, okay, Michelle says you can also freeze them, which you said that too. And Sue says, I love avocados. Kristen, yes, Nomad says, I love avocado and she'll happily eat one totally. That's when I tell everyone my biggest expense is trying different types of food like the sugar sub. Yeah, that's the only thing is the different kinds of sugar substitutes. Or some people say that almond flour is expensive. Well, you can buy a big bag like this for $20, but it lasts so much longer. You're not using a cup and a half of it. You're using tablespoons of it.
Every
So,
recipe
like we use the regular flour, you use so much of it that, yeah, it has to be cheap.
I use 1 cup usually of almond flour in any of my baked good recipes, and regular white flour, I used to use 2.5 cups and 2 cups of sugar.
See?
I mean,
Okay, we got a question here. Someone asks, one question to both of you. Okay, let me see here. Trying to One question to both of you. Do you think you will ever eat normal again?
if you mean normal, like the old conventional way that I was taught with the sugar and the processed flours, absolutely not. I will not go back because of the health benefits. It's less about weight for me and about the health benefits and how I know that it was poisoning my system and my brain fog. So no. But will I eat like a mashed potato, or will I eat a regular pasta? Yeah, I will. I'm not going to tell you I wouldn't, but it'll just be a different portion that works in my lifestyle, because I can tell if I eat something too much carbs, how it affects me. And I don't like the way that it affects me.
No, I don't either. Okay, she said, do you eat fruits?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And this is one thing, like the blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, those were 4 of my favorite fruits anyway. But like, I'll still eat grapes. We used to get these little mini oranges in Canada. I honestly just don't eat them for the fact that I was one of those people that had like the blood glucose levels spike high and then crash low. I was that person where I felt like I was going to pass out. And I know that it's directly related to the food I was eating. So I just know better for myself. So it's not because of I'm so stuck in keto. It's what I know it does to my system. So my husband likes this fruit called pomelo, which I'll eat a tiny little bit. He loves it. And he's, like I said, he eats 1 meal a day. He's on keto, even though he says he's not. And he eats pomelo. And he's amazing, so it works.
Okay, and she wants to know what happens with your vitamins.
So I take a biotin collagen supplement every day, aimed at the hair, nails. I take that stuff. I don't take any other vitamins outside of that. I don't take a multivitamin. If I felt a deficiency, I think I would. But even at 56, I've never been a religious vitamin taker. I've always felt I need to get the nutrients. Like Bruce and I literally, you guys, even, for the last 15 years, we eat a salad every single night with our dinner meal. And
that's great.
Even if I was fat and not dieting, we eat that. So I still eat a great salad, but now I'll put things like real avocado, real egg, pumpkin seeds. I make a full fat ranch dressing, all these things I missed out on. I'll put cheese in there. Oh my God, this salad is to die for. Like I said, I missed out on these things. So I go to my supplements and try to get it in my food.
Yeah, and that is the best way.
I think.
All right, now I don't think that I will ever change from this eating. She's asking me to answer the question. So I don't really see myself ever going back to the conventional way of eating because of the fact, like I can have mashed potatoes, I could have mac and cheese, but I haven't had any kind of noodles in over a year. And I'm just afraid that I would start craving it again. So for me, I would prefer, like the mashed potatoes, I don't miss them. So why bother with them? I don't really see me changing my eating way. I really see me living like this because I have changed everything over to it, and I now crave this food and this eating style. So I don't see
Yeah.
me going back to the old way because I know what it does to my body. And like she said, it's now more about my health. Like my
Yeah.
cholesterol is the lowest that it's ever been. My blood
Good.
pressure is under control. It was always away. I was on so many blood pressure medications, and
That's
I'm off
true.
of all of that, and I don't have blood pressure problems. So I think a lot of it has to do with the health benefits more than even the weight, because now I'm not losing weight, so therefore you don't have the excitement that you had. But my excitement is that I'm not on any medications, and I was on several. And I also have a hiatal hernia. And I was always taking medication for that, which I don't take any for it now either because I don't eat carbs. And carbs are what will kill you on that. So I don't see me going and cheating. People ask me all the time, don't you want to cheat? No, this is my lifestyle. I really don't. I almost act like I'm allergic
See, my
to
dad.
it because I am allergic to sugar. We all are. We just don't, nobody, people are walking around and just don't know it. But I do eat the strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, black, not on a daily basis. I do need to eat more on a, but I sometimes will get raspberries and eat like one or two for a snack because they're about a carb each. But I do eat those fruits that are approved. I have not had a grape. I have not had a peach. I have not had an apple in over a year and a half, and I don't see that I'm ever going to change that. My daughter was eating grapes yesterday, and I didn't even want one. And normally, I mean, they were big, green, the big green ones, and normally I would love to have those, but no, I didn't even think about asking her for one. I mean, she had a whole bag full in front of me, and I didn't say a word about it. Later on, I thought, boy, that's not like me to not even ask. I have started taking some supplements first of the year. I'm like Karen. I've never taken vitamins on a regular basis. In fact, when I did, I always got sick. So I don't know if it was just me not being used to it or I just don't like them. I don't know. But I did start the MCT oil and collagen, putting that in my coffee every morning. I do think that's important. I do take magnesium for muscle spasms that you can have in your legs. A lot of people, you can also drink pickle juice and use salt in your, but I take magnesium. And turmeric is good for inflammation. And folic acid, my sister was diagnosed with early age dementia. She's 62 years old, and she just came down with early age dementia, and the doctor suggested she take folic acid. So I've started taking that so that, because it is hereditary and I don't want to end up with it. So, but they think a lot of it was from the way she's been eating, the sugar in our diet and stuff. That's what's causing all this Alzheimer's, they say.
So I wanted to tell you too, my dad, who's 80, who's been on keto now over a year, he's been on high blood pressure pills for probably at least 50 years of his life. He went to the doctor for his last physical, and he just called me a couple months ago to tell me this. I talk to him a lot regularly, but he called me after he went to the doctor's. And he said, I just need to tell you something. I said, okay, what's that, Dad? He said, I was at the doctor's, and he says, I don't know what you're doing, but your cholesterol, your blood work has never been better the whole 50 years I've treated you. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Be there. There you go. So that means a lot. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So, avocado mousse is good. I've never heard of that. That sounds like it might be something.
A lot of people think that keto is like the old traditional when we did Atkins in the 80s. They think that it's just massive amounts of bacon and meat and cheese and just that's what people think of keto, but that's not what keto is. And so yeah, we were eating that. That's why I think Atkins failed so many times, is because Atkins didn't add the good things back in and the vegetables they told you to stay away from a lot of, and they swung too far to just the fatty meats, the fatty cheeses, and the nitrate meats, which are never good for us.
Right.
And I think, again, with any radical diet, they swing too far. That's why we all fail on them.
Right. Okay. And then Kristen said, as I told Lisa, my mom-in-law reduced carbs heavily and now does not have to take blood pressure tablets anymore. Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And Letitia says, hope much apple cider vinegar how much apple cider vinegar do you drink? Life Adventures. I drink 4 tablespoons of my water first thing. I can't get it past my I just if I have a real problem with odor. If it smells a certain way, I can't eat it or drink it or so I don't. But I feel now I have added St. John's wort because I've been real agitated. So I started taking that 3 times a day, and that has helped me being, I don't know what it is, why I'm feeling so agitated, anxiety. I think it's probably part of my life change. I'm going through that. My daughter got married. I went through the empty nest and that kind of thing. But I started taking that, and that has really helped me calm down too. And magnesium helps you too. So that's wonderful. Hey, Jules, good to see you on here.
The only vinegar I do is I do a balsamic vinegar on top of that salad I told you I eat every night with dinner before I put my full fat ranch dressing that I make on.
And I have a ranch dressing and a copycat Italian dressing that is like Olive Garden. Yes, I make that. And then I have those biscuits that they bring you at Red Lobster. I have a copycat one of those in my recipe.
I made my first chaffle a couple weeks ago, and it literally tasted like a Cheddar Bay biscuit.
Yes.
And I used it with my avocado, my mayo, and my turkey as my sandwich. And I only needed like half of the waffle maker.
Yeah.
And I was so stuffed and so full. And I thought, oh my God, I've died and gone to heaven on this one.
Yeah. But the biscuits that they give you at Red Lobster, it looks just like them and it tastes just like them. But the chaffles, I'm giving away a chaffle maker now in my giveaway. And they are wonderful. The chaffles have been a game changer.
And I go, well, the chaffle is your bread. It's a sandwich.
Yes. And I kind of got away from, the cheese and eggs, and I kind of moved on to more of a bread consistency because in my mind, bread is not cheese and eggs. That tastes like an omelet to me.
I know what you mean.
But what I did is I added my own recipes and started using almond flour. And now I have a company that wants me to try out their sunflower. Nice. It's made from sunflower seeds, and they sent me a free sample if I'll do an unboxing and a video. So I've got that coming up. And then I'm going to do a cooking video with that. Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. Yes, chaffles are wonderful. My son was so happy to have a waffle and a breakfast sandwich again. Yes. I have some copycat egg McMuffins that you can make with those in one of my playlists. I have a playlist that's copycat recipes, Nice. And those are really, really good.
I see Lifa's also had said that, and she told me this as well, about pecan flour. I've never even seen pecan flour.
No, I haven't either.
I've never seen it. I haven't looked on Amazon for it, and I ordered the majority of the stuff now. Because you know what, I was going to the bulk barn a lot, but because we're in such a small area, honestly, it's stale. The stuff, especially the keto stuff, I was getting it. It tasted stale to me, and I thought, "Ew, I don't want that. I can't deal with that." But I'd be interested in pecan flour, what that's like to bake with.
So if you drink ginger tea, you don't need medication. That's okay. So ginger tea is something I need to get on. I'm just trying to get more healthier as far as that kind of stuff goes because I wasn't taking anything.
I see a lot of people do that ginger tea. They get the real ginger and they just peel it. They put it in the boiling water, and then they might add another little flavoring of something like lemon or.
Well, you can get it all the time at TJ Maxx or Marshall's, and usually in their clearance section. But I didn't know what ginger was good for.
Oh, I think there's a lot of health benefits to ginger.
Is there? Okay. So I'll definitely get me some of that just made already, the tea already made.
I think ginger and turmeric for inflammation and things. And I think things that we, again, ancient, herbs and spices from, billions of centuries of other civilizations that we just never been exposed to and known about the health benefits of it.
Right. Yeah. They don't want us to know it because they're too into us taking medication and prescriptions. So you cook the ginger through, then you add apple cider vinegar. It's very good.
Okay.
Ginger is very good for us ladies. Okay. Buy raw pecans, blitz in the blender, let dry a couple of days before using. So you can make your own pecan flour.
Okay, good to know, Life. Good to know.
Okay. So that's good to know. Real good to know.
So
all righty, let's
foods. I got to get on the ginger bandwagon more.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
To know the dry out part, do you put it in a mason jar to dry out? Michelle, do you put it in a mason jar? How do you dry it out? What do you use to dry it out? Okay, let's see. Anybody else have any questions for our friend here who has been so good? Karen has been so good to answer our questions. Has anybody got any more questions for her?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. And is there anything else that you would like to talk about, or?
Well, God, I think we've talked and talked today. I can see people paging me. It's like, oh, I got to probably get, yeah, I'm at work right now, but I'm the only one.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, this is my
office.
The
real estate office?
But I'm it. I'm the whole office. So, like, I'm it.
And you haven't got any walk-ins?
Oh, gosh, no, not in the middle of winter.
No?
I've got them.
Is there snow on the ground?
Oh, yeah. I've got them emailing me. I've got a couple, like, this is when I start building my inventory. I've got like 3 listings I'm working on, and then we're in a big recreational area with lakes and stuff. So we start building inventory now. I've got a possession actually, though, Friday. So on a condo I sold. So yeah. Yeah, it's
those closing days, that's payday. So
that's
a good day.
I love those days. So no, I'm just getting paid. So yeah, no, it was great catching up with you and meeting you online.
You too.
And you guys, those of you that stayed for the stream or watched this back, thank you. And hopefully we can become friends. And that's it. I'll go to work.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. It was nice meeting you.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, so Life is Jewel says, I have a question in regards to macros. I always get conflicting information if I have more fat to lose. Should I limit my fats until I reach goal weight? What is your opinion? I would never limit my fat because fat does not cause fat, it's sugar. So make sure you stay within your macros and all of your fat, your protein. It all works together. So therefore, I would stick with that and not worry about lowering your fat, because lowering your fat does not make you lose weight. It doesn't. It will, if anything, it could make you gain. So we're going to stay on here, Susan the Cruise, if you don't mind. She had to go because she was at work, but we're going to stay on here for a little while. And so, hi, Penna Life in New York. Good to have you on here. Thank you for stopping by. Please punch the like button and share it out on your social media. I would really, really appreciate it. But that's what I would do, Jules, is I would keep my macros the same. You're going to lose weight in your own timing, no matter what. So I would do that. That's just me. You do what you do, but I would just continue. I just continued on until I got to my goal weight. I did whatever carb manager said. I stayed within those macros, and then when I got to my goal weight, we're not going to wake up and lose it overnight, so therefore you may as well enjoy the fat along the way. So thank you, Life Adventures. I'll be trying that for next week's meal prep. Do you use it like almond flour? I believe you do. Do you use the same amount, Michelle, or do you use a lower amount? Like if it's asking for almond flour, do you use less of it or more of it? Please make sure that you get to know each other. We would love, love, love for you to stay on the chat and get to know each other. And don't forget to exclamation point opt in when you enter the room so that my robot will start to track all of your whatever you do while you're in the chat. But please talk among yourselves and get to know each other. Yes, the same amount as almond flour, 1-for-1. Okay, because I know coconut flour, you don't use it 1-for-1. So that's what I was asking you, Michelle. And don't forget about my giveaway. I have a giveaway going on right now that you can take advantage of today, tomorrow, and Friday at midnight. It's done. So there'll be I will put the link in the description box and in the card above where you can check it out to see what the criteria is. Okay, yes, nomads, please don't use that S word, say got on your bus. Yes, please, Kristen, you can't say the S word sub. You have to say, I got on your bus instead of saying support or subbed. You say bus because bus is actually backwards for sub. So they can actually say that you're spamming my video and they will remove the video and I lose the watch time and everything. Yay, Michelle is at number 3. Michelle, did you hear me say that I mailed out your package and they said you should get it tomorrow? So you will get your package tomorrow. Letitia is number 1 out of 268 and she's at level 7 and I keep waiting for her to get up to level 8 because level 7 is our highest level. I'm so excited about that. Make sure not to use pecan flour the day you grind it up. Okay, because it's too wet or it won't work. Hey, Mercury Teray, good to see you on here. Hello, good to have you. If you don't mind, would you please mash that like button and don't forget to share it out on your social media. I would really appreciate it. If you have any questions about the keto lifestyle, please don't hesitate to ask. It's wet and baked good will be flat. Okay, so that's good to know. Thank you for sharing that. See, and that's good too. So if you've got a lot of pecans that need to be used up and you want to do something with them, that is great to know that you can make, flour out of them. What is something that you've made with it, Michelle? Mug cake, mug bread, Krista wedding cookie. Okay, that sounds really good. Cheesecake breading. Okay, that sounds, yeah, that does sound really good. You mean like a cheesecake, like a crust, pie crust type thing? Oh, Christie's wedding cookie. Okay, great. Are those all on your channel, Michelle? Okay, Panay Life in New York said she has visited your house, Kristen. Yes, nomads. Crust, yes. Okay, so it's like a crust. Have you made any videos using it on your page, Michelle? Only the cookies so far, but soon. Okay, so she has cookies on there. So check out the cookies. And more are coming, she said. So make sure you ring that bell on her channel so that you can be sure and see when she adds more. And please talk among yourselves and I'll be right back. I got to run real quick. Woo, Ooh, look at you, Michelle. You're ranking. Okay, I'll be right back. Hey, everybody, I'm back. Looks like we've got some new people. Look at, okay, and Jules is 16 out of 269. Good. Who here has a Nespresso machine? What is that, Michelle? I'm not familiar with a Nespresso machine. Hey, Texas Rider, good to have you on here. Thank you so much for being here. If you don't mind, would you please smash that like button and share it out on your social media? I would really, really appreciate it. Great. I'm going to binge watch everyone that I'm new to, so I can't wait to see that once. Yes, wonderful. I want one, LOL, but nope. I don't know what that is. Please share this on your social media and your YouTube channel. I would really appreciate it. There's the rules. Please give this video a thumbs up and share it on your social media. Please, only one emoji per comment. Please, no cursing or bullying or any kind of slang or abbreviations for cussing. Respect each other, and please type numbers. All right, Lisa, we'll be right back. Thank you, Michelle, for telling everybody. Oh, I can't wait to get mine. Just ordered it with HSN, big investment, but hoping it's worth it. What is it? I go to Starbucks way too much. What did you order at Letitia? Does it take pods or just coffee grounds? Okay. I found one for 40 on Marketplace. What is it? Nespresso. What is a Nespresso? I guess I need to get on Amazon and look it up. Let's see. Oh, wow. It's a coffee system, isn't it? And I have the cheap um, K-cup machine that just makes one cup at a time. Coffee with pods. Oh, okay. No, I don't have one. Like I say, I have the Keurig, but it's just the one that makes one cup at a time. So I don't have. And Michelle, you're number 3 out of 270. Awesome. It's a coffee machine. Okay, espresso machine. I'm not really into espresso. I love coffee, and coffee is life, but I'm not a big espresso coffee drinker, so I doubt I would like that. It's a Swiss coffee machine. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got the Keurig that has the pods, but it only makes one cup at a time. I'm pretty happy with that. Coffee is life. I agree. But I don't want to, I wouldn't spend that much on a coffee maker because I'm not that big on it. Okay, so that was me a year ago. See how big I was a year ago, even. I mean, even a year ago. And then this was me like a year and a half ago, next to Polity. Uh, my arms were as big as legs. So I have ordered an espresso and cappuccino press. Oh, okay. So the same machine makes 3 versions. Okay, that's what it is. I was trying to find something I do not have to use cream, and if it froth, and I bought a frother for $6.99 on Amazon, Michelle, and I don't use cream. I cut cream out completely, and that was something I just wanted to do. I didn't have to do it, but I wanted to do it, and now I'm glad I did. Um, but the frother worked really good, and you just put it inside the cup and yeah. Yeah, I had like 2 faces. Okay. Let's see. Cool, smooth transition. Yes, it was. And I butter using the grass-fed tablespoon of butter. My MCT oil and collagen I bought in a jar on Amazon, and it's in the vanilla flavor. And then I just use some sweetener, and I don't miss the cream at all. And I use that frother, and it froths it up, and it tastes so good. Michelle, you won't even know the difference. I promise you. Good. Yay. Let's give Kristen a big thumbs up. She just hit 1,500 subscribers. I'm so thrilled for you. It is so amazing of you. Awesome. Yay. Let's all give her a big hand. Are you going to have a giveaway, Kristen? I know giveaways are a great way to show your appreciation. I'm just blown away by the people that have subscribed and supported my channel. And then, yeah, frothing makes a difference. It sure does. I think it does. For me, it does. Because what it does, it will mix up that. When I just put butter in it, it doesn't mix up like cream. But when you use the frother, it mixes it up like creamer, like it's milk, because there is milk in it. But it doesn't do it on its own, and I'm not sure why. But I bought me just a cheap one off for $6.99. It came with batteries. It's not the rechargeable one that sits on it all day, but I just wanted to see if it made a difference, and it really does, because it puts a little bit of a frothing on the top. And what I do is I mix it. I take a cup out of the cupboard, and of course they're cold because they've been sitting there all night. So I put hot water in it, and then I use a big cup to put it all in, and I use the frother to froth it up, and then I pour it in the cup that I'm actually going to drink it out of. And I've also put that under the hot water and let that sit hot, so it stays hot longer too. So, hey, Keto Odyssey, Leslie, how are you How in the world are you, girl? Yes, frothing makes a big, big difference. To me, it does, anyways, Michelle. And don't forget to opt in when you enter the room. Maybe I was thinking of sending a postcard to 1 or 3 people. What do you guys think of that? Okay, that's nice. Yeah, postcards are nice. Please, if you don't mind, Leslie, if you would punch that like button, and don't forget to share it out on your social media. I would really, really appreciate it. And I just added you as a moderator. Blue wrench going next to your name. With your name will be in blue, and you'll have a blue wrench next to your name. Anybody else going to get on the ginger tea wagon? I think I'm going to. Please make sure that you get to know each other. There's some awesome people here in the chat that you will want to know their channels and get to know them personally. They're wonderful. So that you will get to know people and to watch their videos. Like I say, there's some wonderful people here. You do a turmeric tea? Okay. That sounds good too, Michelle. You gonna come over and say hello?
Hello.
I got the hubs over here. Let's have him come over and say hello to everybody. Hello, hubs.
Hey there.
There he is. Everybody want to say hello to my hubs?
No one wants to.
Of course.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. Thank you. Today is our 7-year anniversary.
Well, hey.
So, Leslie, tell Leslie Ann happy anniversary. She lives in Virginia.
Wow, happy anniversary.
Joyce Martin. Hello, y'all.
That's my kid.
Oh, my daughter is on here. Oh, she didn't know I was going to be live today. It says, welcome to the stream, Joyce Martin. Oh, I didn't say anything about going. Oh, she says, hey, Mama. Sorry, Joyce, I didn't see that.
How about her daddy?
What about Daddy? Daddy says, what about him? Thank you. Today's our 7-year anniversary, and I just wanted to pop in. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary, dear Leslie and her husband. Happy anniversary to you. Joyce, I was telling them about Mason and what a doll he is. Be careful on having too much ginger at first. If it's fresh, it's a moving agent per se. Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. Hey, y'all. Joyce. Everybody want to say hello to my daughter, Joyce? Lisa, I also cooked the ginger tea in water and added turmeric powder in it, and then at the end added apple cider. Okay, yeah. Hello, Ben. Hey, Lisa's hubby. Hey, Joyce. Love y'all. Hi, Daddy. Joyce said, "Hey, Daddy." He's eating right now. Oh, because she knows her dad's schedule. She keeps track of us, and we appreciate it. We love, love, love. And I don't know if y'all saw this picture or not, but I love to show you pictures of my grandson, of course. Now, is that not a proud poppy if you've ever seen one? I mean, look at him. He is smiling so, so good. That's my favorite picture of him with the baby. He made his debut at church on Sunday. And so, no, I was going to show him, Joyce. That's why, yeah, he's eating right now. Mason's eating. This is his schedule to eat. But my husband was so, so proud when he made his debut at church on Sunday. So I always love to show my pictures. And then that's his mama and daddy on Sunday. So Mason's eating right now. Oh, so cute, these two together. Thank you so much, Kristen. Appreciate it. Someday maybe I'll have my daughter come up here and I'll give her the link and she can join me on a co-hosting day. So cute. Thank you. That is adorable. Thanks, Letitia. I appreciate it. Yes, he is a doll. He's getting so big. He's growing up so fast. He is just growing so fast. If you're not part of my social media, I wish you would join my social media and we could be friends on there. I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter. So I would love to have y'all. If anybody has any questions about the low carb or keto or just want to make friends, that's fine. We would love to have you. So seeing little ones makes me want to have one, wants me to have more. Then I pull up a picture of my daughter and change my mind quick. He is a month old. Yes, he's a month old on Friday. That's why I wanted to have a birthday party for him at Tad's, but she thinks he's still a little bit too young, and he probably is. My Pinterest name is Keto Kitchen by Lisa. I don't really do a lot of boards on there. I hope to start, but I really would, I don't do a whole lot of boards there, but I do some. Most everything is on YouTube, right? Recipes wise. I mean, I do share them on Facebook, but you have to get on YouTube to watch them because obviously I'm trying to get watch time. So, you know, slow down, Lisa. LOL. Yeah, I know, but I want to have a 1 month birthday party. I think it would be so much fun, but she thinks he's a little young and he might not remember it. That's true. But we are taking him to Disney World this summer and he'll be 6 months old. I'm so excited. Yes, check it out. If you know of anybody that wants to start the keto, because some people are just now joining, let them know that I have a lot of recipes out there. And don't forget to opt in. Oh, you cannot see me on Pinterest? Huh. And see, I don't know a lot about Pinterest, so I might not have set it up right. Okay. Don't forget to opt in when you enter the room because on February 1st, whoever ranks #1 will get a $20 Amazon gift card to spend as they choose. Hey, Just Love Style, good to see you on here. I took my daughter on her first cruise at 1.5 years, and no one thought she'd remember, and she will tell anyone who she remembers we went to Mexico. So see, that's true. That's right. And I believe he'll enjoy it because of the time, he'll enjoy the lights and at the time, even if he don't remember it forever, I still want him to see it. I thought I was on Pinterest. Now let me see here. My Lisa. It's Lisa Martin. I'm sorry. It isn't Keto Kitchen by Lisa. It's Lisa Martin. So sorry about that, Kristen. It is Lisa Martin. I actually have 1 follower and 14 following. I don't know what the difference is. Oh, that I'm following, I see. And then fans. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was on. Can you change your name on Pinterest? Because I would like to do that. I think I've done that. Yes. Okay. So I updated it to Keto Kitchen by Lisa because I like to have everything the same. There we go. Can't stay long, just saying hello. Well, thank you so much for coming, Jess. We really appreciate it. Letitia, I think I just changed it to Keto Kitchen by Lisa, so it should be there now. Hey, Rafik. Good night, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Hope to see you later. But Okay. Yes, check and see what you think. And Jess, I got you. You're a moderator, so you should see a blue wrench next to your name. I think that Joyce Martin, I'm going to make you a mod too, so that if you see something out of the way, you can. Keto Marnie, I'm back. My son has just informed me that he and his wife are going to start lazy keto. That is awesome. Glad for you. That way you've got some support system too. That's great, Marnie. Awesome. And you just advanced to level 5. Yay. Awesome. I want to see somebody get past level 7, because 7 is our highest level right now, and I'd like to see somebody get past. All right. Anybody got any keto questions or anything they want to ask? He and his wife mostly eat junk food. Okay, so that is good. That will be great for them to do to get on this. My add-on here lost 5 pounds. My add-on has lost 35 pounds. So you don't eat any sugar and very little carbs in your keto. Yes, sugar, it is sugar-free because sugar is what causes fat. And sugar is what they use to preserve everything with. And so therefore we don't eat sugar. We eat erythritol, sugar, alcohol, but not sugar. And we use stevia. But and then we don't eat bread or noodles or that kind of thing. All meat and no potatoes. We eat meat mainly and vegetables and some fruit. Okay, so let's see. Oh, my son, okay, has lost 35 pounds. That is awesome. And that's good support for you too, Michelle. So that's good. I decided today I need to go back to using pecan flour over almond flour because my joints are starting to hurt again. Is there a difference in almond and pecans? I didn't know that. I still can't find it, but I'll check on my computer once I get moving. Okay. And it says it's changed, but you know how that goes. Here it is. Keto Kitchen by Lisa. But it might take a while to get in the computer. I don't know. No, we don't eat sweet potatoes. That's all sugar. So that anything that turns to sugar after you eat it, like potatoes, starches, corn, anything like that, we don't eat. So right at keto, Marnie, almonds make me swell too. Not good on my arthritis. Okay. What about sunflower seeds, Michelle? Because I was sent some sunflower made out of sunflower seeds, and for them, they want me to do a review on it. Yeah, it needs a minute to update. Okay, wonderful. So what about sunflower? Does that cause inflammation with you? And what about coconut flour? Okay, so they have it on Amazon. It's a Wild Tree Farms pecan flour, and it's $12.99. Let's see. For a one, doesn't say how much. For 12 ounces. It's like $1 an ounce. Yeah, it's $1.08 an ounce. Hey, Christy, how are you doing? Good to have you on here. Almonds are healthy, but you're not supposed to have too many, like 10 to 20. Okay. Yes, Christy, that's where I first saw it. And then they contacted me and asked me if I would do a review on it, if they would send me some. And so I did, but I first saw it on Christy's, yeah. Christy at OK Keto uses a lot of sunflower seed flour. I don't care for coconut. Okay, so if you don't like that, yeah. Oh, it's just so easy to make. Yeah, especially when it's $1 an ounce. You can actually buy those big bags at Sam's of pecans, and it doesn't. Haven't tried sunflowers separate since cut out almonds. Okay, so has it helped you to cut out the almonds? I just got my bag pecan flour at Walmart. It's $7 a bag. For how much? How many ounces do you get, Marnie? How many ounces do you get for $7? Because that's cheaper than Amazon. Amazon's like $1 an ounce. Hey, how are you, Jacob? Good to see you on here. Please, if you don't mind, give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to share it out on your social media. I'd really, really appreciate it. I'm really trying hard to get monetized with I'm trying hard to get monetized with YouTube, so I'm trying to get my watch time up. So I'm doing these long live streams. Oh, okay, so it's about 12 ounces, so that's better than a lot better. That's almost double with Amazon. Doing well. Sorry, I've been so busy trying to catch up however I can. And I like your makeup today. Oh, thank you. We got an Amber Alert for Lebanon, Tennessee. Oh, it just upsets me so bad when I hear about that. How far are you from monetization? I'm about 600 hours. I need about 600 hours. So, yeah. I see a nut blend on Walmart. It is almond pecan, coconut walnut, $7.50 for 16 ounces. But the almond pecan wouldn't help her none if almonds make her. Um, and remember, you can't say the S word. Subscribe. If you do, it will put you into the spam folder, and therefore it won't go on the actual live stream. So 600, almost there. Yeah, I'm almost there. I'm really excited. I'm hoping one of my videos will go viral and I'll be there like that. But I'm hoping the live streams will be there. We'll do it. Um, yeah, it's so close. Yeah, and please spell out the numbers. I see just pecan. Okay, so yeah. Oh, look at Michelle just advanced to level 7, and that's our highest level. So I'm hoping that we can get to level 8. I just made a bunch of almond flour chaffles, and I will eat them, but I will suffer the. Oh my goodness, see, it doesn't affect me like that, but I'm sorry to hear that. Yes, Life Adventures, you are at 7, and I just cannot wait for the first person to get to level 8. That's our highest level. And Kristen is at ranking 12 out of 271. Yay. And she's at level 6. Yay. Just use a blender with the pecans. Okay. Because I have a blender, a real good one, and I think that would probably do it. Sometimes I use a coffee grinder than a blender. Okay. Yeah. I don't have a coffee grinder. I know a lot of people do, but I don't have one. I'm going to get going again. I'm working on about 3 or 4 different crochet projects. What are you crocheting, Marnie? I love to crochet, and I need to organize them. Plus, I need to get the laundry done. The ones in baking aisle are always cheaper too, so shop in that section. Okay. So there is some in the baking aisle. So what are you crocheting, Marnie? Just curious. And I think I'm going to head on out. I'm going to be doing some adulting, and so I'm going to go ahead and leave the stream. You can talk among yourselves and get to know each other, but I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you all so much for staying till the end of my part of the live stream, and make sure that you get to know each other and make friends with each other, and give me a thumbs up and comment below. And please binge watch my videos so I can get monetized with YouTube. I would really, really appreciate it. And I have 2 giveaways going on, an international giveaway, and I have a giveaway that will end on Friday at midnight. And I will put the cards at the top of the screen so that you can check them out. And bye, honey. Good to see you on here. Give that boy a big kiss for Nana, please. Blessings to everybody in the room, and please stay on and get to know each other. Joyce, you advanced to level 2. That's awesome. So please, everybody, have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you here on the next video.